So I'm going to read this. So North Korean hackers stole nearly 400 million in crypto last year.
Dude, look at that bling on her neck.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm jealous.
So this is the beginning, January of 2022 article.
Bedazzled. Look at the
Bedazzled. All right. So as we know, crypto last year was worth a lot. So then it makes sense why, sovereign state such as North Korea wants to come steal it. So the past year saw a breathtaking rise in the value of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, with Bitcoin gaining 60% of value in 2021 and Ethereum spiking 80%. So perhaps it's no surprise. Oh, that's exactly what I just said. So it's perhaps no surprise that the relentless North Korea hackers who feed off that booming crypto economy had a very good year as well. North Korean hackers stole a total of 395 million worth of crypto, so in 2021, coins last year across 7 intrusions into cryptocurrency exchanges and investment firms, according to blockchain analysis firm Chainalysis. The 9-figure sum represents a nearly 100 million increase over the previous year's thefts by North Korean hacker groups. Leo was right. And it brings their total haul over the past 5 years to 1.5 billion in cryptocurrency alone, not including the uncounted hundreds of millions more the country has stolen from the traditional financial system. The hoard of stolen cryptocurrency now contributes significantly to the coffers of Kim Jong-un's totalitarian regime as it seeks to fund itself and its weapons programs despite the country's heavily sanctioned, isolated, and alien economy. So, yeah, like they can't really do trade. They're not endorsed. They're sort of separated from the rest of the world. So what do? They just try to steal, and crypto is the best thing to do. They're honestly a very good advertisement for crypto's anonymity, right? Like they can do all this stuff. They've been very successful, says Aaron, as Senior Director of Investigations at Chainalysis, whose report calls 2021 a banner year for North Korean cryptocurrency thieves. Wow. The findings show that North Korea's global serial robberies have accelerated even in the midst of an attempted law enforcement crackdown. U.S. Justice Department, for instance, indicted 3 North Koreans in absentia in February for last year, accusing them of stealing at least $121 million from cryptocurrency businesses, along with a slew of other financial crimes. Charges were also brought against a Canadian man who had allegedly helped to launder the funds, but those efforts haven't been stopped the hemorrhaging of the crypto wealth. We're excited to see these actions against North Korea from law enforcement agencies. Aaron Plante says, yet the threats persist and is growing. The Chainalysis numbers based on the exchange rates at the time the money was stolen don't merely point to appreciation of currency's value. The growth in stolen funds also tracks with the number of thefts. Last year, the 7 breaches Chainalysis tracked down in 2021 amount to 3 more than in 2020, though fewer than the 10 successful attacks the North Korean hackers carried out in 2018. They stole a record 522 million. Man, these guys are just going off. Whew. For the first time since Chainalysis has been tracking North Korean cryptocurrency thefts, Bitcoin no longer represents anywhere near the majority of the country's take, accounting for only 20% of the stolen funds. Fully 58% of the group's cryptocurrency gains came instead from form of stolen Ether, the Ethereum's network currency unit. Another 11%, 40 million, came from ERC20 tokens, a form of crypto asset used to create smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah, it's
prophetic.
It's not just
He's an oracle.
It's not just a guy with a laptop and a VPN or a team. We're talking about a whole business enterprise here. Like we're talking about a corporation. Like, you have, Oracle, you have Microsoft, and then you have North Korea prize just ripping people off, man, just taking what they want because it is it's not a security, like no one
Organized crime.
Well, it's organized crime, but like how do you protect drug dealers' or drug lords crime, like money. You know what I mean? When it's dirty money,
Okay.
like that's how crypto is treated right now. Like, crypto is treated like it's some kind of organized underground crime bosses, like mob bosses, money, and like no nation or no country is gonna stand back and be like, hey,
Great point.
give our people's money back. You know what I mean? It's their hard-earned money. Give it back to them. No one's no nation, no government is gonna do that because they don't believe in it. Right. So right now they're out there just ripping people off, like taking everything.
They're supporting it.
Yeah,
they have like the NOS burst.
Well, yeah, they because they see the dollars, they see the potential, they see.
Well, they don't have a lot of other ways to trade.
Yeah, they don't have because they're so outcast, they're so isolated from the world that they're not able to trade. They don't have a GOP, they don't have imports or exports. So what do? They just take what they want.
Yep.
And how do they take what they want? They take from things that are not organized, things that are not accepted, things that governments don't care about. But guess what's going to happen? Governments are going to find out that their Bitcoin, that their Ethereum, whatever their reserve is being taken by North Korea.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Those are actions of war at that point, dude. Those actions of war. They are like you take a country's, millions and billions of dollars. They're not just gonna sit back and be like, hey, it's North Korea. They're crazy. Don't mess with them. They're gonna be like, hey man, give us our money back. We know it's you. Like, give us our money back. They're gonna be like, no. They're gonna be like, okay. And then some political whatever is gonna happen. Boom, war, and whatever. It's their deal. You know what I mean? Like, it's not our deal. Like, I'm pretty sure the U.S. isn't going to be like, U.S. is going to be like, you guys are dumb for using cryptocurrency. Now Korea has your money. All right?
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking like Biden because, I'm trying to sound smart or anything like that. I'm just saying, you guys are dumb, America, for putting money on Ethereum and Bitcoin. But guess what? We don't care. You know what I mean? Like, you guys, you deserve to get your money taken away from you because you guys are stupid and I'm smart and I shake people's hands that aren't even there. You know what I mean? We can delete all this anyways. I just want to say that. I want to get off my chest. But what I'm saying is our nation looks at people that use cryptocurrency as idiots because the nation doesn't accept it. Therefore, we're outcasts and we're not like smart. You know what I mean? We're not investing in other things.
Haven't done the research.
Yeah, exactly. So therefore, why should they protect people that are looked down upon?
Yeah. While chain analysis declined to identify most of the victims of the hackers' thefts attracted last year, its report does blame North Korean hackers for the theft of 97 million in crypto assets from the Japanese exchange Liquid.com in August, including 45 million in Ethereum tokens. Chainalysis says it linked all 7 2021 cryptocurrency hacks to North Korea based on malware samples, hacking infrastructure, and following the stolen money into clusters of blockchain addresses identified as controlled by the North Korean hackers. Honestly, blows my mind. Chainalysis also says the thefts were all carried out by Lazarus, a loose grouping of hackers, all widely believed to be working in service of the North Korean government. But other hacker tracking firms have pointed out that Lazarus compromises many distinct groups. Security firm Mandant nonetheless echoes Chainalysis findings that stealing cryptocurrencies become the majority of virtually all the North Korean groups it tracks, in addition to whatever missions it may pursue. Continuing on, in conclusion, almost all of the North Korean groups we track have a finger in the pie of cryptocurrency in some way. So I don't know. I just thought all that was pretty incredible, and I know we were joking about it and we knew there was some truth because we had touched on it months ago in podcasts and like, what are you going to do to North Korea, right? Like I feel like there's a gradient of acceptance, right? Like it's not worth it. You were talking about what if the government gets involved and they have a bunch of cryptos and get stolen? Well, even if it's like under a certain percentage, they're not going to be like, we're going to attack them because it's not worth it, right? So it depends how much. Yeah, maybe in 10, 20 years when a lot of the economy in general is a crypto, perhaps. then, oh, wow, you took a lot more. Well, now it's time. That's like an act of war, but probably not until that happens, right? So that's kind of where I go with that.
Yeah, man,
It's wild regardless.
Like I said, I see this crazy stuff. Honestly, I say crazy things. I'll say crazy things, but they're not crazy like you need to be in a mental ward. Like, it's crazy. Like, why would you think that crazy? Like, why would you say we're in a wild west right now with cryptocurrency? Why would you say North Korea is the world leader in cryptocurrency scams? Because of that guy right there. So just running it all back, right? It's only a theory or a quote unquote conspiracy if you're wrong.
I'm going to touch on one more thing, give North Korea some credit or something, but for what they do, right? More details of what they do. You don't want to give them too much credit. Lazarus is in fact, this is a different article. Lazarus is in fact the code word given to hackers operating from North Korea. There's team distinguishes 5 different factions within the umbrella, each with well-defined objectives and specialties. All factions, however, share a code repository to prepare their attacks. 2 of them, Stardust and Labyrinth, are exclusively dedicated to monetization. We believe that Stardust, Clomia, belongs to Office 121, one of the departments of the General Renaissance Bureau, the name by which one of the North Korean intelligence agencies is known. They are very focused on financial systems, cryptocurrencies, and new technologies. And this kind of talks about how some of the people are trained up in coding and hacking and incentivized, and a lot of people in North Korea don't have very good lives, so they, get a better life by helping the government steal stuff, right?
Basic communism.
Yeah. Well, hey, do this for me. Learn how to do this for me, and I'll
give you a steak.
Yeah, you can have a nice apartment, have a nice little life, like a cozy. I mean, obviously, it's a lot better than other situations there.
Than sharing a closet with 4 people.
Yeah, so obviously there is some motivation there and everything for them, but. I just thought it was fascinating. I just touch on that really quick. And they'd have like code offs and whatever, and like trying to get young people like learn how to break systems so they can steal more money. MicroStrategy scoops up 480 Bitcoin amid the market slump. Basically, we've been talking about the last couple episodes how the market's been down and people are getting liquidated and things, whatever. But there's been a lot of money on the sidelines just waiting to come in and buy stuff up. So MicroStrategy, and a big proponent, Michael Saylor, talks about this. He's like a big fan and a big Bitcoin bull, buying more. So MicroStrategy scoops up 480 Bitcoin. The business intelligent firm has now amassed 129,699 BTC at an average price point of 30,644, according to CEO Michael Saylor. Nice little picture. Business intelligence firm MicroStrategy has added to its Bitcoin holdings, reaffirming CEO Michael Saylor's bullish outlook on the digital asset despite its recent struggles. The Form 8K filing with United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, MicroStrategy disclosed that it had acquired an additional 480 Bitcoin at an average point of $20,800. The total purchase was $10 million in cash. With the purchase, MicroStrategy now holds 129,000, making it the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin. The total value of its holdings is $3.98 billion. We got a tweet about it. The business intelligence firm is scooping up Bitcoin during the period of extreme market volatility. On Wednesday, Bitcoin's price briefly dipped below 20,000, which is more than 10,000 lower than the company's average acquisition price. The company's Bitcoin stash is currently sitting at a net unrealized loss of nearly $1.4 billion, according to data provided by Bitcoin treasuries. Saylor, the firm's CEO, remains bullish on Bitcoin's long-term prospects. Earlier this month, he told his 2.5 million Twitter followers that the firm plans to hodl through adversity and has no plans to offload its holdings. The bullish affirmation came amidst rumors that the company risked a margin call if Bitcoin's price fell below $21,000 according to Sailor. The margin call rumor is a nothing issue. MicroStrategy reported first quarter revenues at $119 million. Yeah. So I just kind of want to touch on that in the sense that there's a lot of things going down, a lot of nervousness in the market and everything, but there's a lot of people that, see long-term vision. They're going to buy everything when it's dipping even harder, and they see where it's going the next couple of years. We did a long riff last podcast or so of the value in cryptography and everything locked in a blockchain, and the market in a blockchain. And yeah, I think a lot of us think that's where the world is going. So I think he sees that, and he thinks that, and regardless, over years, you buy it 20,000, 30,000. It's a pretty good price probably in the next 5 years. And it could be hundreds of thousands. So
Investors, stocks, crypto, there's two different kinds of investors. There's the emotional investor, which is like green lights buy. Yeah, green lights buy. Red, oh no, the world's going to end. And then there's the educated investor, which is like, I see what's going on. I see the economy. I see everything crumbling around it. It's not just this one stock, this one crypto. It's the whole world economy. And I'm going to hold, or I'm going to DCA, dollar cost average myself back into a better position that I am now. And in 5 to 10 years, it'll pay out.
Understand the long-term fundamentals.
Understand the long-term fundamentals. And I think that's what they were talking about here. It was like, hey guys, I get it. Like, it's 20,000. It was at 70,000 not too long ago, like less than 6 months. We're not going to unload it. Like, we see the big picture. Like, you see, it's just the value. You see the dollar signs, but you don't see the use case. You don't see, like, what we just talked about last podcast. Like, it's going to be more than just currency. It's going to evolve into an actual, it will evolve to something greater than the internet. It will be the internet. It will be logistics. It will be documentation. It will be servers. It will be networks. It will be everything involved in it. And that's just the way it's going to be, because that's what it was designed to be. So, huddle on, man. And, once again, it's all a gamble.